update on the results as we continue to tally them. Right about now, we want to head over to the USA, link up with Muthoni, Mary Muthoni, as well as Maurice Ndole. Maurice Ndole participated in the exercise of voting. They will tell us about their experiences and what transpired yesterday. Let me start with you, Maurice. In terms of the voting exercise yesterday, how do you rate the preparedness of the IEBC as you cast your ballot, Maurice?
I was very impressed by IBC. I think the process they had in, at least in Los Angeles, was very streamlined. The presiding officer, a young lady by the name of Susan, was very organized. She welcomed the guests as they walked in, and the process was she kind of walked them through how to go in, get their names verified, give them the ballot. And in the diaspora, we're only voting for the president. We're not voting for the down ballot. So it was pretty quick. Most of the people were in and out within 2 minutes. And they even had opportunity to take pictures and stuff. It was quite a historic moment. And this day would live in the history book. One of the things that really happened in California is California was the last station to vote. So we actually witnessed the last Kenyan to vote in the 2022 election today. So it was quite a historic moment.
All right, Muthoni would want to hear from you. I know you didn't participate because your vote had an issue. But very quickly, this is a landmark moment for Kenyans living in diaspora that this exercise went on smoothly. Muthoni?
Yes, it went on smoothly. I was in communication with the people in Washington, D.C. and also in New York and throughout diaspora, because we have this group, the Diaspora Network, Global Diaspora Network, and we were in communication. Actually, I was supervising them, and I was like a call center. So it went on smoothly, but although there are some things that need to be done, we have just discovered that it's a very expensive exercise. So it needs to be well. The Kenyan government needs to be well prepared for the diaspora vote later in 2027.
All right, and we'll come back to you to tell us about some of these things that you think should be done to aid the diaspora to vote effectively. But Maurice, how was the voting exercise in terms of, were there a lot of Kenyans coming up? Because I realized you were like about 700 of you voting in the US. Did you experience lines, or what was it like?
No, there was no lines. Los Angeles has 132 registered voters. So out of the 132, only 86 showed up. It was about a 65% turnout. And it was steady. There was no moment. It was very short when they didn't have people coming in to vote. But there was no lines. It was very organized. And I think the system they had in place helped a lot, because they were able to now put people through without keeping them holding them up in the line.
Maurice, I'm still on you. The demographics in Kenya in terms of the people who came out to vote, you realize it's like young people really kept off this exercise. You probably can take us through a breakdown of the demographics, the ages of people who came out to vote yesterday in the US in these elections.
Yeah, that's a very interesting observation I did. There was only one person, one young lady who was, I asked her the age, I talked to her, she was 21 years, she's 21 years old. She was the youngest voter that I remember. Maybe there was somebody younger, but she's the one that I noticed. And then there was another lady who I think was either in her early 30s or late 20s. Everybody else was in the 30s and above. So the young people did not register to vote. Actually, there was another young guy, and I think this gentleman works in the Kenyan consulate over there in Los Angeles, and he also participated in the vote. And I would estimate that it's about between 25 and 30. Otherwise, all the other people are in their upper 30s and 40s and 50s. They're about very older demographic. So, yeah, young people kept away.
Okay. Mutembei, I'll engage you on that question of demographics a little bit later. But for now, you had mentioned there's quite an investment, time and resources that needs to go towards ensuring the diaspora votes effectively. Exactly what did you mean and what do you have in mind? Mutembei?
John, not unless they digitalize it, it's a very expensive exercise. For example, right now as we speak, Morris is in a hotel in Los Angeles, and nobody is paying for him. He's paying for himself. It's like 3 hours from where he lives to Los Angeles. So he had to travel with his family to Los Angeles so that they can spend the night. This is his second night. And hotels here are expensive. As you know, it's in dollar form. So that's what I mean by being expensive. If I want to go and vote, I said again, I'll use like $1,000 to go to Los Angeles and then come back to Washington, Seattle. So number two, the government has to put aside a budget, a higher budget, if they want us to travel to the embassy or to the consulates. Not unless they take a step of giving out consulates in every state that has a large population of Kenyans, and maybe there are like 10 or 11 states. So from Washington, DC's embassy, they have to give back to other maybe 10 or 11 consulates. I'm talking about United States only.
Okay, that's got an interesting one. Please delve on that question of demographics and why you think the young people, even in the U.S., particularly the ones you have in that diaspora network, avoided the election yesterday, Mutembei.
I think it's about communication and how